wants a free honeymoon? Yes, I'm serious. Gosh, I sound like an infomercial, but honestly, there's no other way to describe it. In today's video, we are pulling something out of the vaults of the master plan and sharing it here with you guys, and that is how to get a free honeymoon by leveraging credit card points. I may have lost some of you at this point, but others of you just got really excited because I said free honeymoon. Real quick, before we jump into this, and I get you all excited about finding the best cards with the best rewards and airline miles and etc., we've actually partnered with Creditland to bring you the best deals to hack your honeymoon. So if you are interested in checking out the right credit card for you, Creditland has graciously agreed to put together a little homepage just for us, just for you guys in this audience, that will help you to hack your honeymoon as much as humanly possible using and leveraging these points. And of course, I will go ahead and link them right up here so you can go check them out. If this is something you've heard of, let me know about it in the comments below. If you're excited about this idea, jump on down there, hit that like button, and let's jump on into the video. Hello, my budget savvy beauts. So excited that you are here, and I'm so excited that you are taking part in the master plan. I know that planning a wedding can be really confusing, especially if you can't afford a planner, so I'm so grateful that you guys are here. Today's bonus budget video is going to be about honeymoon hacking. Y'all are gonna wanna listen real close to this one because I'm about to blow your mind, all right? Now, you may have heard of terms like reward hacking or point hacking in the financial space, which is where you leverage credit cards for, you guessed it, rewards or points. What if instead we apply this tried and true financial strategy to your honeymoon though? Basically what it comes down to is if you are spending $10,000 on your wedding, you could have your honeymoon covered. We're talking a week in a hotel, we're talking 2 round-trip flights, maybe even an upgrade to business class because we're fancy like that, all because we are leveraging how you are spending your money in a really effective and tried and true manner. Now, obviously we're talking about credit cards, which for some never gonna happen, not gonna be a fan, and I get that. But this is gonna be one of those rare occurrences in life where not only do you have a clear budget, but you have a straightforward way that you're going to spend it and a clear end date. This likely will not happen in your life ever again unless you're throwing another big fancy several $1,000 party. So because of those 3 factors, it makes it a lot easier to set up a path for success when using credit cards in this manner. Honestly, this may be the most clean, straightforward credit card hack ever, like you will ever have. Now, I'm gonna make something super clear real fast. This is not about making your budget bigger or putting more on credit cards than you actually want to spend. This is about focusing your spending in a very specific way so you can reap the rewards from it. Because obviously I want you to be intentional, not just with how much you're spending, but with how you're spending it as well. Another really unique aspect of your wedding is the fact that other people are going to be donating towards it or giving you money for your event. Now, we'll call them donors moving forward. I promise I won't do too many finger quotes, but they might slip in here or there. But if you are in the fortunate situation where someone else is helping you out with your event, that's a big deal, and that's really, really great. So another creative way that you can make your money work for you when planning your wedding is, if your donors are up to it, centralize all of the funds into one singular account. It's a lot better to have your wedding money in one account so you can watch it leave. Because if you don't, it kind of feels like you're playing with Monopoly money, or it feels like it's invisible money that you're spending because you don't really see the dent that it's making in an account. That's why Target has so much of my money, because I don't see the dent. If I had a dedicated Target account, I'd probably still spend all of it, but that's neither here nor there. At least I know what I'm spending, you know? It's the dollar section, you know? Just gets me every time. That is the Monopoly money effect. It can sometimes feel like you're spending play money or pretend money when it doesn't feel real. When you put all the money into one singular account, you can see it leaving. Yes, you're still swiping a card, which is going to be a lot more of a detached feeling than the envelope system with cold hard cash, but obviously paying for an entire wedding using the envelope system isn't exactly practical. It's just about having a money mindfulness. Knowing where the money is, knowing what's coming out, really does sober you up and help you to realize that this is not paper rainbow colored money that comes along with a board game, but this is real hard cash, and we need to be really cognizant about where it's going and how much we're spending. So if you can get all of that centralized into a specific account, again, not attached to your personal account, not attached to a business account, but kind of its own thing, try to make it a high yield savings account, because any money that you can make off of your wedding money is a really, really good idea. So in addition to the sting of watching this money leave the account, there are a couple other benefits as well. One, helps you to automate contributions. So for those who are helping out, they can go ahead and just dump those into the account. Two, that means that the money is sitting there ready to go whenever you need it. So you're not waiting on your father-in-law to send you a check so you can pay for the photographer. And three, if it is a high yield savings account, sure, it may only be an additional 2 to 3%, but that could be the difference between a regular dress and your dream dress, or a single photographer, or adding on the second shooter. Or that amount could also be put toward your honeymoon. Okay, so here's where the actual hacking comes into place. Basically, as you're planning your wedding, money will come out in chunks and at predictable stages. It's very easy to understand when your payments are happening because you usually have some sort of payment structure set up with your venue and all of your vendors. So because you know this, you're gonna wanna open up a few strategic credit cards at a few strategic points. And if you already have credit cards with good rewards, that's awesome, but they're definitely gonna pale in comparison to a brand new cardholder bonus, which is what we really wanna leverage if we want our honeymoon to be completely paid for with money we're already gonna be spending. So at this point, you kind of need to figure out what it is that you're looking for. Are you flying to Hawaii for your honeymoon and you need miles to get there? Then you're going to want a good travel reward card. But if you're not actually flying anyway for a honeymoon and you're just like driving somewhere, you can go for a rewards-based credit card instead that has a marketplace of sorts where you can purchase things for your new home instead, which is also a huge benefit. Now these have some big ticket items. We're talking coffee maker, microwave, the less than luxurious things on your registry that a lot of people probably aren't gonna buy. If you use a credit card strategically, you can have rewards later to fill out the rest of your registry and complete all the items that you need together. So be sure to find the card that works best for you and for your needs, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna focus on honeymoon hacking specifically, but just know that the rewards option, it's always gonna be there, all right? Because our strategy here doesn't just stop at travel rewards, just getting travel rewards. You're gonna wanna do this in a specific order and use a specific strategy to really milk the most out of this situation, okay? With brand new credit cards, there's often a new card signing bonus where it's like spend X amount during the first 3 months and get this many travel miles or this many rewards points. That's what we want to capitalize on. So let's say you have a $10,000 budget and the card says if you spend $2,000 within the first 3 months, you get a bajillion airline points. You're gonna want to take advantage of that offer first so you have plenty of time to figure out your honeymoon flights. You also know conveniently at the same time that a venue deposit likely is going to be pretty hefty, right? So if you have a credit card in hand that will give you a ton of airline points or miles for putting a large sum on it in the first few months, and you know you have a big payment coming out, you could put the deposit, fulfill the new cardholder bonus, and get all of those miles for something you already knew you were going to spend money on. So once you formally start venue hunting, that would be the time to snag one of those cards so you have about a month to get all of the card stuff figured out and be ready to go when you are ready to book your venue. So you've leveraged this brand new credit card that basically helps you to get either free or less expensive flights on money you were already going to spend. Like you were already planning on spending this, but now you're making your money work for you. This is the only one that like you can't procrastinate on. Like this does need to be done first because you can't book your hotel or any other accommodations until you know when your flight is. And that's the one downside to this is the timing of everything. If you're going with airline points or miles, you may not necessarily get the exact flight that you want or even the exact month that you want. It really does require you to be a lot more flexible. However, I think that if you're getting a free flight out of it, it doesn't really matter as much because you're getting a free flight. So you may not be able to go in June, but maybe you can go at the end of April where the weather is still great and it's still free. The next thing you'll want to focus on is a card that gives you hotel points. Same exact deal here. Spend this amount of money in this amount of time and get this reward. For example, if you spend $3,000 in 3 months, you get a 5-night stay at one of their hotels. Boom, you book your photographer and maybe put the deposit down on the florist and you have 5 full days that you can stay at a hotel for free. In addition to that, if you are doing some sort of hotel block, you can work that into the system too, where if your family and friends end up booking at that location, you could end up getting an extra night as well. It just depends on how creative you get and how much you really want to spend time putting into this. Again, I just want to repeat this. We're not spending extra money. We're not spending anything extra. This is already money that you are going to be spending on your wedding. We're just getting crafty with your existing budget and making that money work for you. Because you will be spending this money no matter what. Why not get something out of it? So usually in the last 4 to 8 weeks before your event is when those big final payments start to come out. So this could be your last opportunity for some hacking here. If you want to, in the very end, place those payments on yet another credit card that either gives you the marketplace rewards in case you want to finish out those furnishings for your home, or you can get a card that gives you cash back to help pay for, I don't know, let's say dinner at Cheeseburgers in Paradise in Lahaina, you know? I miss Hawaii. I highly recommend this approach. Guys, it will cost you nothing. Not a single thing. Since you already have this money sitting in a separate account, you can and probably should pay off those amounts immediately because there's no reason not to. It's already sitting there in your high yield savings account that's making you money. No balances, no interest accruing, nothing. In fact, most who stick to this plan and stick to this process will not only get a lot of benefits for free for their honeymoon, but may actually see their credit score improving, which is incredible. All it takes is a little bit of planning, a little bit of prep work, maintaining your focus and your budget, and you can literally make make your wedding work for you. If you're strategic about this and really fully lean into this, you could get a free honeymoon out of this. I'm so excited to hear how you guys hack your honeymoons, that's really hard to say, with this strategy and make your wedding money work for you. That's what we have for this week's video, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know it's kind of a bizarre concept, but really when you think about it, it can be a genius way of leveraging your money and making sure it works for you. If you like this video, be sure to like the video and subscribe to this channel for more tips and tricks and hacks for the modern day bride. I almost forgot my outro. Check out our preferred and recommended credit cards in the description box down below if you missed it earlier in the video. And until next week, bye guys!